E-gaming bets, online betting for every esports fan. Dota 2 and Hearthstone, CSGO and Overwatch, StarCraft 2, the choice is yours. Express bets for multiple matches or live bets on the game you are watching right now. Know your way around Dota 2? Make a prediction for picks and bans. Playing CSGO? Guess the number of rounds in a certain match. Daily quests for all participants and all the best choice of payment systems. More than 600,000 users have already made their bets on the spectacular matches since 2011. EGB.com. You know for sure who's gonna win.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Starladder iLeague Star Series Season 3. Thank you very much, EGB, for allowing us to bet, of course. There are no other options on the market. Hashtag sellout. Welcome back, Harry. Welcome back, Heroic. Welcome back, Fnatic Academy. We're into the knife round.
And welcome back to all of you guys tuning in.
Oh, they're here too.
You guys are also important. Tom, you know, he's one for it to be plain and simple. A quick hello to Ice Cream 2269. Milk Boy JS Jenkins.
I like how you're not reading that name. You're very careful.
Yeah, well, you gotta be careful. Mad Tap as well says UKCS. Well, yeah, man, true. And Lenari, you actually told me how to pronounce your name. There you go, guys. You can all have a hello.
You spelt do wrong. It doesn't have the NT on the end.
Oh, right, now I get it. Oh, that was a bit delayed on my part. But anyway, as we head into game number 2 of tonight's second best of 3, Fnatic Academy trying to stay in this as Heroic have already got one map under their belts. If they take Mirage, then this will be much GG's for you. Especially you guys who bet on EGB, you'll be rolling in some cash if you bet for Heroic. But
wait,
Fnatic
what?
Academy looking to try... Well, no, I mean, like, if they win.
Oh, I thought there was some bias there.
No, I wasn't like... Yeah, no, guys, no point watching. Heroic have won. But anyway, if we head into this, we can see that Heroic, they're making their way out through mid. And what inside the smoke, very, very close, is Karis and Jay-Z walking. He's going to jump down in towards mid. Might better find his first frag on a snappy, and he does so. He's still got more left to find as they rush out towards him. But him and Jay-Z have a nice crossfire set up. He peeks out wide. Somehow is still alive. That took a very long time, but he's finding it a fall at the hands of Nico. Golden quick to refrag, though. Going to maintain this man advantage. No, finds himself a second as well. Just taking heads off. It's all on Modi and Valdi to lock this down. And well, Valdi's in over towards Sandwich, but he's going to be the one getting eaten right now as Golden takes his head clean off. It's all on Modi over towards Palace.
Nice,
the defuse already coming on in. The defuse is there, and he's actually going to die after the clock as well. And oh no!
Yeah, get the bomb down. I like the strat, though. Just rushing through connector. Very quick play. Unfortunately, some magic coming out from Golden. Maybe he's the golden child, obviously this being the academy team, but he gets himself 4 kills in that pistol round. Very nicely done. And then Batten just easily able to ninja defuse. Not Ninda. That sounds like someone's name. Either way, ninja defuse the bomb. And, well, looking at the buy, a couple of M4s, a few UMPs, but we have got the force from Heroic. They are going straight back into this, a lot of utility, and some pistols.
Jay's walking, he does have an M4, but he's just going to be looking down mid with his USP, because why not? And while Heroic there over towards B for the time being, 3 players here. You've also got one up towards top mid in the form of Snappy, just watching for any aggression, see if they want to give it to him. And he might even try pushing down short. There isn't going to be a smoke. Oh, the smoke is there, but it's going to be fading surely, not going to be landing deep enough for him to push down. Instead, over towards Apps, all of Heroic grouped up into one place. They are going to be railing out some footsteps. 3 Tech 9 rounds as well, so it's not like Fnatic Academy don't know they're here. Push yet to come underway. They've got plenty of utility to play around with. Molotov's going to go out, but they can't afford just to bait this out for the time being. Smoke's now landing on the site. Molotov to deny the presence from Truck. Smokes and flashes raining on it as well. The Molotov from Karis over towards short going to be nullified by that smoke, and now they're out on the site. CZ from Yugi looking to try and do some damage, but he can't quite connect it. As Karis and Jay-Z, they shut this down. The push completely denied. They mop it up between them. And that is going to be Fnatic Academy picking up that second round. Only losing 1 player there in the take.
Yeah, and this is sort of the risk that comes in when you go for that buy. It's not the worst thing in the world for the T side, as they probably would have saved anyway if they hadn't got the bomb down. It just sort of nullifies that bomb plan that you got, and then you basically fall back into what would be a more normal scenario over on that T side. Trying to break them a little bit early, but it was a very safe buy coming in from the fnatic side. They have a couple of rifles in play. Jay does a great job of just spraying down the majority of the players as they try and cross. And you look at what's left now, well, they've just got to go for an attempted bomb over towards this A site. Running in, very little to play with, and very little achieved as well.
Yeah, so Fnatic Academy, they pick up the first 3 rounds. Now Heroic have their chance to buy on down and make their debut on the scoreboard here on Mirage. Let's not forget, this is one that Fnatic Academy did pick. It's one of their 2 kind of best maps, that and Cash. Cash was banned by Heroic because it's one they like to stay away from. Mirage, on the other hand, one they didn't mind slipping through the net, as it's their most played map, and also one that they have you know, fairly high degree of success on. So this one's fairly 50-50. Fnatic Academy have it in here more out of necessity to have a map that they know they can play well on.
No 1B.
In the mix. And yeah, there is no 1B, with the exception of Karis. He's now making his way up short. He's a little bit late to the party. They have rotated around Jay-Z Walkins as well in through Kitchen, but he hasn't got the AWP to hold the cross down, and holding it with an M4 is going to be a bit difficult. Karis gets caught with a nade out. Nico finds Jay-Z as well on this B site, going to be ripped in half. It's all on Golden on the rotate. First man on the scene. Smoke's going to go down and lock him out of the site, and already I think Fnatic Academy are going to be thinking about saving in this one.
We'll actually catch Snappy out a little bit further back. If they get one more kill, maybe there's a chance they'll actually go for this one. We are going to have a little bit of a flank coming in, but it seems like they've just decided to duck out of the round. And I think that's the right decision. They got plenty of cash to buy back up. Don't want to risk too much too early. And they can actually just look to try and catch some of these T players out on the exit and break them back in the next round. Obviously, 4 players would be nice, but he actually has to be a little bit careful. He's only got 20 HP. I wonder if the bomb will actually reach him for him. In fact, he will actually have to run out. I think it would have done. And, well, he'll be fine from now. It's just whether or not there's a peek. And there we go. It will be a quick trade, but that's probably worthwhile, in fact, for the CT side, just to catch him at the depths. Either way, it is 3-1, and I have to say I'm not really a fan of that B site hold. It was up until, like, literally when you said it, there was no one on that side. He pushed all the way up short, then went all the way back down, and it meant that by the time he got back, he couldn't have heard anybody pushing. That's the main, like, big, powerful position there on short, is if anybody runs, you hear them.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it was a risk-reward kind of play, right? Trying to grab mid control very aggressively. If there were players in mid, it could have indeed caught them off guard. But you risk so much by not having anyone on that B site, you know, with an early play like that. And Heroic, you know, they're a very experienced team, lots of experience between them. Maybe not as a full 5 roster, but, you know, on an individual basis. And that's kind of something that you can't allow them to exploit this time around. They are changing things up, making their way over towards the A site. 3 players here to lock this down. Jay-Z rotating in over towards jungle, will be smoked off along with Golden. So a lot of this going to fall on a baton, and a singular smoke in towards CT. All it's going to take to render his position useless. But they're taking their time, making their way in here. Good smokes to delay the push mean that actually the smoke's already starting to fade on stairs and jungle. So they've kind of been hoisted by their own petard here. And when the push does come underway with only 55 seconds left, they have to think about doing it soon. Jay-Z Walkins should be able just to lock this down when they try to cross to the site. It's going to be raw aim and frags to try and get them in. Is that enough?
Molotov will at least force him back a little bit, and they do have 1 spare smoke. It wasn't thrown over towards CT in the initial engagement, and they have been able to delay this a little bit, but the rotation of that AWP is already going to be coming in. They need to defend this bomb planter as much as possible. Luckily, they will do just that, and somehow the bomb has gone down with no smokes, and up until that point, nobody dying. Quick couple of trades. Valde gets 1 through the smoke, leaving it back to a 4 versus 4, but it's not looking too good at the moment. They're clearing angles, but look at this rotation. Yugi's going all the way around the back. He's going to try and get a better position onto that bomb. The Molotov will actually deny them from pushing in from ramp, but it is going to be this position of Yugi. It's going to pay so many dividends, and Valde will peek back out as Pleasant tries some heroics. But Heroic are the one to take the round.
That was nice, Tom. That was good. Yeah, 3-2 right now is Heroic. Thanks, dude. I'm glad you recognize me as the older, more wise one out of us both. 3-2 right now as Heroic. They start to forge their comeback. They've already got 2 rounds out of their belt. They're now looking for their 3rd. Fnatic Academy do have enough money to buy on down once more. They've got the AWP on Jay-Z Walkins as well to try and watch mid. That smoke will allow them to cross out if they so desire. Jay-Z just opting to play things safe, watching the outer corner of the smoke, because I think there's a slight gap in it that he might be able to exploit. No, he's going to be looking over the top instead. You've, of course, got Golden in connector to try and watch for the cross. And, well, they do make it out. Yugi's got an AWP of his own. He's got to face off against JZ. And, well, he gets caught looking completely the wrong way. He's going to fall out of the hands of Yugi at mid now. Golden rotating around to pick up the AWP. Karis probably going to be trying to go get the M4 that's now over towards A. You can see they're swapping out Golden and Karis for that exact reason, because there is a tasty, delicious M4 over in jungle. He's going to pick that up, and now they've got the AWP of Golden over on B. Pleasant at short, and 2 players over towards 8, as mid control looks to be the main emphasis of Heroic this time around.
Pleasant, however, decently positioned. A little bit unlucky with the timing, but we were to see Batten find another one through the gap in the smoke. Golden, decent position to hold off one with the smoke, helping him out, in fact. And now the rotation has already come in. He's going to tag another. Valde down to just 16 HP, and Modi's going to have to do the majority of the work here. He gets the first, brings it back into a 2 versus 2. Molotov will be there to slow them down, and Batten actually gets another. Golden with the AWP finishes off this round, and well, Fnatic Academy, they bounce back. This is actually going to take a nasty hit to the economy of Heroic.
Yeah, I imagine they are going to force Bion down. They know the economy of Fnatic Academy is going to be looking bad. They have 2 players who have to double eco anyway. And they're going to call in the tactical, which is interesting. I'm a big fan of this, Tom. Normally we see teams, wait till they've had a consistent bad run.
There's about 2 rounds left.
Yeah, exactly. It'll be like call in pause. It's round 13. They have no money. And I don't know what the pause would do at that point. The coach, they look at him. They're like, "What do we do, boss?" And he just sits there like, what's the coach meant to do in that scenario? You've let it get to round 13. You have no money left. You've handed him nothing, and are asking him to try and make all your problems go away. What's he going to do? Install some sort of yeah. Well, okay, we'll stay away from that.
This is the Academy of Fnatic, so.
But, I mean, yeah, so right now, yeah, there's the force coming in from Heroic, as you would expect. Trying to keep the economy of Fnatic Academy on the back foot. And trying to take advantage of the fact that 2 of these players were on double eco anyway. And now they're going to be rushing in over towards B. 2 players here to lock this down. And they're going to be playing contact B. They slow it down. Karis, as a result, won't be able to hear them pushing up just yet. Pleston out towards platform, only with a UMP. Should be an easy frag for Heroic as they look to make their way in. They're just going to flash straight through and go, leaving it up to these Tech Knights to entry.
Pleasant lines them up, though. Already one of those AKs will drop into the hands of Valde. And, well, Nico's going to lose the other one as well. They've been picked up, but they are getting knocked back down. Quick round coming out from the CT side. And that pause, well, didn't really give them much to think about, as they're now going to be ecoing again.
Yeah, I mean, I was hoping to see a little bit more come out of that. They had the 2 AKs. They had the Tech Knights. They tried to catch them off guard by going aggressive up through the smoke. I mean, Pleston was there with a UMP, right? And as strong as it is, you should be able to deal with him with 3 players rushing there. If they had just waited for the smoke, it could have been an entirely different story. But instead, they try to force the issue. They try to go aggressive, and they do get punished for it. This time, they're going to be making their way over towards B, but instead heading through lower tunnels to try and kickstart this. JZ Walkins in window, peeking out towards mid. Can't find much just yet. It's going to be at the mercy of these pistols at closer ranges. They could try and deal with him, but still... Bomb very indecisive as to where it's going. Nico's going to get tagged down low as well over towards A Palace. And now Bomb once again just going to be going over towards B. It just seems like this is their go-to on these low economy rounds. Desperation to try and get that bomb planted. Pleston once again looking to farm up some cash up close and personal with the UMP. They might make another conga line for him and make it very, very easy. Let's see.
Decent positioning from Plesson is going to make things very, very difficult. I'm liking his patience as well. And he's going to hear them all coming, getting ready to line them up, knock them down. But he may actually run out of bullets here. Valde is going to finish him off. That's at least 1 kill, but they are still being killed in their midst. He's managed to get them, but that will not last long. Jay is there to finish things off. 6-2. Decent start now for the Fnatic Academy, and their money is looking pretty good as well. But you have to remember, they still lost 2 players to what was essentially nothing.
Yeah, I think Heroic need to try and stay away from B for a bit, try and feel out the rest of the map. It feels like they've exhausted all of their options over towards there for the time being. They did find those 2 entries, but you have a quick rotate on JZ out through window towards B. They should take advantage of that by trying to fake a B hit, and if they can find an opening frag, but once again, the mid-aggression going to be coming out. And this might pay off this time. 2 players pushing up through mid. Karis is there as well. He's only just falling back. Over towards short. They do peek it. They leave Golden now to hold top mid. And this is a great spot Yugi should have heard the push, though, and he should be more than aware that there's a player still up behind these boxes. I don't think he is, though. He's just watching the corner, and that's the complete wrong corner to be watching. The advantage of this position from Golden means that they can effectively leave mid open. He can watch lower and top mid from there. Heroic, though, now setting up towards A. 4 players here. Smokes and flashes, about to go raining on in, and there's, well, 3 players within earshot to try and rotate on through, with Pleston being that fast rotate over towards mid, now making his way up through connector, rotate coming on in, Battens under scaffolding, Nate gonna find a bit of damage, and well, Moddy's gone straight across. How's he been allowed to get to this position, especially with Batten being under scaffolding? He's let 2 players make it out to the site now. They still haven't checked it because he hasn't fired a single bullet. It might pay off. It's a ballsy play, but he still hasn't led to much. Karis in from CT, able to get 1 onto Valdi. Finally, Batten pounces. He's able to find 1. Turns it back into a 3-on-3, but mid control going the way of Heroic means they can shut down this rotate from Jay-Z. They catch him off guard. He's now trapped over towards short. Batten is in the site, as is Karis, but bombs planted for connector, and this is a very bad scenario for those 2 players. It's a 1 Jay-Z. He's able to find 1, but then Yugi to trade things out. 6-3 secured, and I mean, Batten, what? I understand, trying to maintain the trigger discipline, but that was a very odd play from him to, not deny the plant or anything.
Yeah, I'm more looking at that after plant. I really like it. They have Moddy sort of in the open position where he can just directly look onto the bomb, but if he was to go down, they had a secondary player in the corner as well to then switch back and have another look at the bomb. Very smartly played, and I think the most unfortunate thing about that round was they set things up so nicely with Golden at the top of mid, and he actually loses that battle. Now, if he wins that, I feel like that is the complete turnaround. They're not going to be able to take over connector as easily, and the player on short can, well, basically just rotate in. They have a 4 versus 3 instead. They don't win that duel. Also, Moddy finds an entry pick at the beginning of the round, and everything sort of swings out of control for the Fnatic Academy. Either way, now we have a crunch time round. Both teams' economies on the brink. Fnatic Academy looking to win this and then take the next few rounds to give them a good CT start. But if Heroic win this one, well, they could be bringing it all the way back to a 6-all situation.
Now, interestingly enough, Fnatic have 2 players in connector. That's a good read on this scenario. They find Nico very early on. No one in a great position to try and trade. That's the issue to having a solo play. In through lower tunnels, you are vulnerable to that Golden as well. They're not ready for that second player in connector. Yugi misses the flick as well, and that's going to be that mid play completely shut down. It's all on Moddy in the blink of an eye. 1v4. He's going to try and clutch it out, and Golden should be able to get the drop on him here. 2 players pushing in through CT. He's going to find himself surrounded. Goes for the spray. Does land some damage on a Batten, but the kill comes through from Karis. 7-3. Fnatic, a insanely good round from them. They keep everyone alive with the exception of 1 player. So almost like 4 players, could have said that. But I mean, that double connector hold, interesting. And it did work out for them.
Yeah, no, the aggression seems to be something that these players on the Swedish side just relish. Very good at winning individual aim duels, and the surprise factor is something that they are very good at as well. Almost like reminiscent of the old Fnatic lineup where we'd see JW just going for crazy pushes and just challenging wherever they can, and clearly they have got the confidence to do just that, even against a team of arguably a higher standard. So Heroic definitely looking caught out at this point in time, especially that's a reset round. To do that in a round where you could literally throw away your lead, it's just sheer confidence. Very impressed by what I'm seeing from this team. And now, well, we go into a round again where there's only going to be pistols on the side of the T's. Fnatic could be able to take this one quite convincingly on the CT side.
Yeah, and they've gone for your favorite strategy, Tom. Everyone B, bomb, solo A. Trying to go for that bomb plant, and well, 3 players over here towards Apps. They're going to get fully flashed by Pleston. Finds 2, looking for the 3rd, and it's just a mow down from him. Golden finds Valdi. That strat never works.
It only works if you actually,
if you actually get kills. Yeah,
and then if you get the kills, you don't need the strat. So it's just a weird.
But at that point, Heroic, they completed the transition from entry fraggers to entry fragged as they all die, making their way towards the B site. Bomb doesn't go down on A, and that's going to mean they're at the mercy of a very weak economy once again. 5 players alive still for Fnatic Academy in that last round means plenty of dollars in the bank. And as a result, they can pretty much afford to buy from here till the end of the game. Heroic, they have to try and chip away at this economy sooner rather than later. If Fnatic Academy are allowed to continue their string rounds together, it's going to be a very dominant half from them. They go aggressive and they keep mixing it up. Yugi was in position to trade, but was caught with a nade out, and that works perfectly. Moddy down early on. The man advantage seized once again for Fnatic. Now Heroic happen to utilize this, make their way up short. They find the equalizer on Akaris. But still, you've got to worry about Plesson, who's been locking down this B site time and time again. Peeks on out now. Valdi's able to deal with him. It's a man advantage turn back around for Heroic. Bomb's going to go down as well. And it's went from a very bad start. Quickly, Heroic were able to flip it around, reassert themselves elsewhere, regroup, and then dominate this B site. The late rotate coming in from Yugi as well. He was all the way over towards ramp. He's now posted up in apps on a very good position just to watch this bomb plant. So even if they can find the frags, Yugi should be able to deny that defuse. But I think at this point, fnatic Academy want to fall back and save, try and do some damage if they can. But ultimately, if they take 2 rifles out of this, then it's going to be, you know, an okay round for them to give away. And that's it. They're going to save all 3.
Yeah, I think that's the right decision to make. Don't want to risk just throwing away rifles when there's 4 players over on this B site. Not really worth it overall, and considering their economy isn't anything ludicrous. And luckily for them, someone's actually going to die to the bomb, so the bomb's going to do them a little bit of a kind gesture as well, with only 3 players surviving over on that Heroic side of things. A lot of sort of sloppy plays at the moment coming out from the Danes, and definitely need to step up. Obviously, can, well, certainly bring this back over on that CT side, and if they can even get a few more rounds on the T side, they're going to be looking pretty confident going into it. But I haven't been overly impressed with what I've seen, and I'm liking the little boost that we're seeing at the moment. Golden. But not only that, we've actually got Plesson, who's just pushed in and found a kill. Look at this. They've got 3 players currently holding around mid. Staffy's going to get taken down through the smoke. This is more than confidence. This is madness.
Oh, and look at this boost as well from Golden. I love this boost. First time I saw it was at the DreamHack Las Vegas actually recently, but it's been a boost that's been around for a while, and it's a very good one at catching off these players as they try to push out mid. Now Nico does find one in towards B, and this is the start of a potential swap in momentum in this round, especially as he lines up that second. Golden trying to be the first man on the scene, denying that bomb going down, but the bomb wasn't even there, and Nico was faster on the trigger. He might have just made this round all too possible here. 2 players trying to retake over towards short. They have boosted Plesson, but Nico finds a third. He's going huge. He's now on 3 insane frags. Plesson trying to retake him from short, and Jay-Z over in towards sharp. Nico is looking like a monster right now. Yuki's going to get tagged a little bit here in this engagement. Jay-Z struggling to make anything happen. Does finally deal with Nico, but the trade comes through from Modi. It's all on Plesson. 1v2. Plenty of time left to play around with still, but the crossfire is going to be too strong from these 2 remaining players. Too many angles to check, and that is going to be Heroic picking up a 5th.
Yeah, and a lot of it's just come back off Nico. Like, 3 kills into that site, doing all of the work that was needed of his team, and they do get a little bit lucky. The early boost that came out, Golden managing to pick off 1, and then we see Plesson with the aggression into underpass. Really, they should have had that round, got both early picks, and you could just tell how, like, damaging this has been to their economy when they actually have to have a 5-7 over on Karis at the moment. Now, this is the first time I think we've seen the T's with a better buy in a long, long time. So we'll see if this can actually be the turnaround, and an 8-7 half, well, I think they'll be very happy to take that.
Yeah, definitely so, especially when you consider this is Fnatic's map, Fnatic Academy's map choice. Karis has that 5-7. He's going to be very lethal at this close angle. Does deal with Snappy. Doesn't even go to pick up the AK just yet. And Lex instead to help his teammates hold this site. Another nice boost over in towards CT over the top of Warhead. Should net them a couple of easy frags. Bomb's going to go down. Doesn't serve too much. And as they get off the boost, it actually would have come in very handy. Modi's now been able to cross over towards the corner. Well, he's going to die at the peril of the Molotov there. Turning it back on a 3-on-4. Yuki holding down ramp, just watching the push across from stairs. Nico on and the scaffolding, able to get 1, but then Jay-Z through the wall. It's Valdi once again, who's gone for this hyper-aggressive flank up towards short. Gets 1. Nearly gets a 2nd in the spray. Jay-Z's tagged down solo. Valdi's done it, and then Yugi with that last frag onto Karis. An 8-6 scoreline secure. They're looking for a 7th, and the economy of Fnatic Academy is going to be in tatters for the last round of the half. Heroic, this went from being a terrible T-side to one that is, in the end, very respectable.
Yeah, I'm quite surprised that they're still falling for that, though. That's the 2nd time that somebody has just pushed around onto short and ruined their round with nobody really being able to stop them. Either way, Fnatic Academy with a bit of a jumble sale buy. Not able to purchase what they want. Make their way down the road and buy some of the other people's old stuff. The UMPs may be able to pull something out in this round, and well, we know what a Deeg and a 5-7 can achieve, but you look at the buy on the other side of things and you have to hope, for the sake of Counter-Strike in general, the Heroic are able to convert this one.
Still, I mean, these UMPs reflecting a serious change in the meta of Counter-Strike. Are weapons to be feared. Golden as well with that Deagle. He's landed some very impressive shots throughout all of today. And well, Heroic, they're taking these very slowly. They're going to be focusing on mid. No one really in a position to try and watch this on the side of fnatic Academy. Instead, you got Jay-Z walking up close with a 5-7 over by stairs. He can wreak some havoc. Golden as well, trying to push on down over towards ramp. They flash through. It is going to hit its mark. Oh my God, Nico turned around, finally deals with it. Oh, Jay-Z was giving him a back rub there in the corner, and then he shoots Valdi a little bit because why the hell not? Valdi's probably thinking, where did I just get shot from? Jumps down on the site, does deal with Batten, and he thinks, great, I killed the guy who shot me, but not the case as it was Nico over towards ramp. It's all on Golden to hold down the site. He falls, leaving this on one man, the myth, the legend, Plessen, who does peek wide, finds a good damage on the Yugi. That Molotov going to do a lot of damage, and then Valdi with the AK at the end to finish it.
I thought you were going to say, man, the myth, the Plessen. I think you missed
that would have been so
good.
You need to write my jokes for me, Tom.
I charged a hefty fee for that, you know. Either way, 8-7, Heroic definitely saving this one for themselves and winning 4 rounds in a row towards the end. So, not bad. But somebody else had the same joke that I did, which is good. Like, I'm not the only one. By
the way, Trainiac's been saying this whole time, he called in sick today to watch Counter-Strike. What a true legend. You are the real man, Myth Plessen, my friend. But yeah, sorry Tom, sorry to interrupt you and just segue that point you were making.
Yeah, we're going to have to kit onto Muddy Smoke as well. The rest of the game, other than Golden, will be on that Kevlar hype. And while we've got Golden with a little bit of utility. Interested to see if he'll use this to take over mid. Bomb at the moment is currently sat over towards a ramp. So it is potential they are just going to try and split this one. Looking like they're actually going to pop flash out Karis. Now this is a little bit risky because he only has a Glock. You never know. Maybe Yugi will make some mistakes.
Right now, fnatic Academy just taking things very slowly. I've got 2 players making their way towards apps. Now, they don't have too much to gain through doing this. Good thing Golden does instead opt to head down in through lower tunnels where he can potentially trade out with Plessen if need be. Karis up towards top mid, peeks wide once again. He's just baiting for these guys to pick up Yugi, who is going to get that frag, and now they don't refrag. So now it's the 4-on-5 Batten, the lone player, over towards Palace. Jay-Z walking as well, making his way up ramp. It's going to be just a classic mid-split on towards A, but Snappy shuts it down. Finds that one frag on a Plessen. Golden able to find one, make his way in the jungle. Fairly unscathed, but still, mad advantage going the way Heroic. Snappy coming in through connector. Should be able to dispatch of these players. Finds Jay-Z walking, and then Golden goes down as well. A clean and quick pistol round from Heroic.
Yeah, and this is definitely going to set them up in good stead to actually get themselves rolling on this CT side. Interested to see how much fnatic Academy will buy into this round. Obviously, if they want an AWP, don't want to fully invest. Now, I'm intrigued by Jay. Now, obviously, he wants to say... I thought he was saving for the AWP. It just, he had a Glock towards the end, and I was like, is he actually just going to stick with it? Changed his mind. They've gone for the Deagles and the Tech 9, but look at Valde, already up the top of mid, will spot one player, but decides not to go for it.
I mean, this is exactly the start that Heroic needed for their CT side. It's going to put them at a very hearty advantage, providing they can hold on to this. And even then, I feel like it's just going to be beneficial for the morale overall. And, you know, more so, perhaps chipping away at fnatic academies than necessarily raising their own. That's kind of the issue you see with these younger teams, the ones with the less experience. You do normally have them more kind of prone to these emotional kind of swings and things, but they peek out towards A. Batten able to find one in return on a Valdi. Now looking for a second towards CT. Modi gets tagged down low as well. He has to fall on back. Yugi, there's a slight hole in the smoke, and this is one that I love to see people exploit. Finds loads of damage, but Batten still escapes with 1 HP. As does Jay-Z, only on 18. Literally, a nade is all it takes to kill either one of these. Your smoke might do it. Oh, I was hoping it would. I was hoping Batten was going to go down there to that smoke grenade, but he doesn't. Instead, Golden finds one with the deal, going to get traded out swiftly by Nico. Defuse should be coming in very, very quickly now. Jay-Z walking. He's gone for the same approach that Heroic were doing by trying to flank through mid. The difference is he doesn't have as much time, but he still gets there. So to find one on the money, he was going for the defuse, but now he has to try and do the same on a Snappy. And Nico, well, he's quicker on the trigger. Dispatches of the lone Swedish warrior and secures the 9th round for Heroic.
Yeah, a little bit too close for comfort, and another bomb plant coming in for Fnatic Academy. Now, we've seen them with some pretty ballsy plays. I was wondering if they were going to go for another one here and just try and win that round after dropping quite a few players. Obviously, only 2 surviving, but they've decided they're going to try and get themselves another bomb plant and actually have a little bit of fun with some smokes.
Yeah, I mean, normally what you'd see is if this is what they're going to do, they're either just going to go for very, very standard smokes, right? And, you know, lock the site out, try to deal and isolate Modi. Or they're going to make a wall of smokes through the middle of the site and push up actually in the smoke. Now, instead, it looks like they're just going to go for a very default, trying to lock out all the key areas, trying to force Modi out. But they don't have a CT smoke down, and this could be bad, but looks like Batten will be able to get the bomb down, which is going to mean they get a nice bit of extra cash into the next round. Plus, they're going to get 1. That's it. But the main thing they tried to do there was to get that bomb plant, and it does pay off. That's going to be a nice extra cash injection into that. And, you know, normally when we see teams go for that sort of gamble, it doesn't work out. But for Fnatic Academy, they do make it work. An 8-10 scoreline, but exactly where Fnatic Academy want to be in terms of their money.
Well, they do it in quite a smart way as well. What they do is they throw down a wall of smoke. Like, a lot of teams will just invest in P250s or something that doesn't really have too much value for them, but they go full utility. They make sure that they can at least get rid of most of the people nearby. Now, obviously, if there was someone close, it was unlikely they would have got the bomb down, but luckily for them, it was all ranged weapons that were basically isolated when the smokes actually went down. Either way, they are now going to have all the utility they desire. Could have got an AWP, but decided against it, so clearly, Jay not feeling it at the moment, or just doesn't want to pick it up so early on the T side. May bring it in as a bit more of a surprise factor later on. But at least they will have themselves a very good buy. And the fact is, if they can get the bomb down with pistols, doing it when they have the rifles in play, well, should be easier, right?
I mean, let's see. They're trying to grab control of lower mid as they push 2 players out through the lower tunnels. Karis is well towards Palace and the bomb on ramp. It is very reminiscent of an A play right now. You've got Batten trying to secure top mid. That smoke does allow Bounty to peek over the top. And oh, there's a nice gap in it. This is a very nice smoke being employed right now from Heroic, and it's going to allow him to potentially get at least 1 free frag. Golden's in the back line, though, finds 1. And Bounty's not aware of this. They don't know that he's here. He's going to get 2. He's looking for a 3rd, and that was so incredibly strong. Might be able to find Yugi as well. Forces him back from CT. Bomb's going to go down, and Golden, he wants to continue the aggression. He wants to go for the montage play. Peeks on through. Now, Yugi and Nico both there for the time being. Snappy, sorry. Flash goes out. They're looking to try and get this frag, and Golden does fall. The pop flash arriving just a few seconds too late. Man advantage returned to Heroic, but Golden did a fantastic job of allowing this bomb to go down in the first place. They've got to try and hold on to it, but that Molotov was just forcing Jay-Z out. And now it's all on Pleasant. 1v3. Defuse going to be coming in from Yugi. It's not planted for Pleasant here. He's got to try and go wide. Defuse kit means that bomb's going to get defused in time, and Pleasant's going to fall as well. That's an 11-8 scoreline secured now for Heroic. Plenty of money still for the Swedes. Heroic looking strong.
Yeah, looking very good on their retakes as well, which is always important when you have a map like this. The A site is very retakeable if you know what you're doing. Utility has been used very well, as we saw from the Molotov. I think the big problem there was actually just positioning-wise. Like, Pleasant was well positioned if the bomb was planted in a different angle, but for where he was, it was actually completely useless, and just hope that they had to push him in that direction, or that somebody would challenge in the wrong place. Either way, it doesn't happen. And, well, now, T's, at least with that bomb plant, another bomb plant, and the extra money from the previous round, are actually going to be able to get on the board. Now, interestingly, we've seen Jay be the AWPer for the team pretty much the whole time. He didn't pick up last round, and it's Golden picking it up this round, so don't know if that's just a tactical basis. Obviously, again, it's weird, the comparisons, but they do have a comparison to their father, I suppose, the Fnatic organization, where sometimes JW doesn't feel it, so Olav picks it up, or Dennis picks it up, or anybody on the team picks it up.
Their father. Collectively, each and every one of these guys on the Fnatic Academy team is a child to one of the Fnatic players.
Even
Golden,
though they're like 3 years younger.
I mean, yeah, well, Jay-Z Walken, for example. He's the love child of Olaf and JW.
I knew you were going to say JW. I just knew you.
Well, I mean, why the hell not? You know? God, that man, he's just wonderful to watch. But anyway, Pleasant kickstarts this one. Does find Modi. That's an early man advantage secured now for Fnatic Academy. And you can see Valdi, sorry, been boxed into the corner here. Batten does see him and finds that frag. No problem. That's going to be the A site. Near enough opened up. Yugi in CT spawn, quick to be eliminated by Pleasant, who goes huge, may I say. Finds these 2 entries and makes this whole round possible. That's going to be a 9th for Fnatic Academy. Snappy and Nico looking like they want to try and save already. An 11-9 scoreline. Still in favor of Heroic, but Fnatic Academy closing the gap.
Yeah, and I think they need both of these weapons as well. A couple of their players, or 3 of them in fact, can actually rebuy, but if they lose both of these weapons, things will be a little bit more sketchy. Modi and Valde both with not a huge amount of money in the bank. Either way, it is going to be 11-9 in favor of the Danes. They're on that favored CT side, but it hasn't been clean so far. The bomb has gone down pretty much every single round other than the pistol. Well, this time it's actually going to go off. Nico will be able to find 2 players on the exit, though, and that is going to be costly.
Yeah, they do at least make it a very expensive round. And now you can see Fnatic Academy buying on down once again. Now, money is going to be looking too incredibly strong, and both teams within the realms of a reset. This is essentially a buy one, get one free round. The only kind of anomaly to that is Yugi, who's somehow sitting on a mountain of cash, just hoarding it. Doesn't want to share with the rest of the team. He likes his money. But an aggressive mid-hold is going to be coming out this time from Heroic. They actually fall on back. Valdi peeks out early on to try and trade if Nico does find some Swedes over towards mid. Now taking a much more passive angle. It's going to look like A is the site in question once again. Right now, Fnatic Academy don't even know that B exists on their T side. For them, there is only A. And it looks to be the case this time around once again. They make their way down in towards lower mid. They boost up Golden. Now, this worked phenomenally well last time. And Nico's got to try and shut it down, but he can't. Golden finds that frag. Now, Yugi watching the cross does so. Finally, they deal with the thorn in their side that has been Golden. Jay-Z Walkins trying to peek out of the site. Has to watch out as both Valdi and Modi over towards CT right now. He's in a good position to try and shut them down, but if they double peek, could very easily be a man advantage returned to Heroic. Bomb's going to go down. They're in good afterplants as well, and the rotate's been very slow from the likes of Yugi. And look at this long flank right now from Snappy Tom.
Going to be going all the way around, but the plant position is very, very nice this time, and well, they can pretty much play from multiple angles. It's going to come down to a whole lot of individual duels. Yugi's going to check. He's actually not going to be able to hit the shot, and this will allow Batten to stay in play. Both players actually going to be missing their shots. This is taking way too long, but eventually Yugi wins the duel, and now there's only going to be 2 left. Look at the position of Snappy. He's coming from behind, making this very, very difficult. It's all down to Karas, and he will fall to Snappy as well. Bomb will be defused in the nick of time, and again, Heroic with a wonderful retake, keeping 4 players alive. That is madness.
Yeah, I mean, coming into that, I was certain that was Fnatic Academy's round. And, you know, it was a 4-on-4 in the retake, let's not forget. That was something that really should not have gone the way of Heroic. They don't even lose a single person, though. The afterplant positions look to be incredibly strong as well from the Swedes. A much-needed pause going to be called in. But, I mean, how much really can they look to mend? At least they can kind of have a bit of a timeout with their coach. I mean, one thing that I think would be nice is if the Fnatic Academy team was maybe given a coach with a lot of experience. I'm not too familiar.
I think they do work
coach
with Vugo, to be fair. I think he is around. I think like whoever coaches Fnatic at the time is also a lot of the time working with the youngsters. So yeah, I don't think it's just like they got someone else. I think the academy definitely works with Vugo.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, because I was going to say you have to make use of the experienced players you've got, and you know that's why having these academy teams is so interesting to me. And it's a bit of an experiment, really, for Fnatic to be doing it, because not many other teams do have these academy teams playing for them. We've seen them crop up in the past, but never really stick around. Fnatic Academy does serve to be the one that kind of sticks in your mind when you think about successful ones, at least. And, well, now, Batten making his way out through lower mid. Bomb going to be in tow as well on the back of Plessid. And Jay-Z Walking trying to spot out the top of mid, at least for the time being. 3 players right now here to try and lock this down. Could just be a mow down in mid.
Yeah, this is going to be a pretty tough round to them to come out with. Obviously, they have been able to do quite a bit of work with these pistols before, so maybe there is some potential at least, but just in the last few rounds at least, it seems that Heroic have gone, okay, I don't mind if you get the bomb down, because we're just going to retake you. We have sort of the better comms, we have the strategy, and I want to point out that all of the positions that Fnatic Academy had in that last retake were good, but if you think of each position, there was no chance for a trade whatsoever. There was no chance. They were all playing in single positions. So they had to hit their shots, otherwise it was done. And that was where the individual talent of Heroic just ruled the show. Either way, here comes the push, and here comes Valde. He's dropped the bomb in the smoke, and while this is as good as done, Golden, he can try his best, but they'll get absolutely nothing done. Another 5-man survival for Heroic, and that's going to be another boost to their economy.
Heroic very, very close to closing this one out in a 2-0 fashion. Find themselves 2 rounds away from match point. Fnatic Academy are hot on their heels, but have yet to really do anything convincing on the T side, despite a multitude of bomb plants, only winning 1 round in which that bomb was planted, and even then at heavy casualties to themselves. Would be nice to see that. I mean, they're given mid almost entirely for free every single round, right? That's something you have to notice, is that Heroic are basically saying, take mid, we don't care. That, you know, that's why they've fallen so prone to that boost from Golden so many times, because they do just give it up. It'd be nice to see them take that and try and transition this into some side of B play. But once again, it's going to be A, and it hasn't been working out. It's their kryptonite. The hold on A is incredibly strong. The retake is even stronger. And look at this. Modi over the top of the smoke, able to find one. The trade hasn't come through just yet, as he's doing even more damage. Valde as well goes aggressive on the site, up behind Triple. Finally going to get taken down, put back into a 3-on-3, but the numbers are equal, and the bomb is out in the open. Molotov to go down to deny them picking it up, and Pleasant, well, he runs straight through. He's going to get tagged down so low, and he doesn't even get the bomb on the back of it. Then nade from downtown, and Nico to put it back into a 2-on-2. Now Snappy just watching that bomb. Batten's about to walk out into his crosshair. Karis first want to challenge him, though. Does take his head off, leaving this all on Yugi. He's watching the cross. Bomb hasn't gone down just yet, and it's going to be planted for short. Now Karis should just fall back to try and hold this. He does make his way into connector. Batten on the site. Isn't going to check, but he spots the barrel. Yugi able to get one. Now facing off against Batten up close and personal. The AK should win this duel 9 times out of 10. He peeks wide, but the Tech 9 from Yugi.
It's that 1 out of 10.
Oh no! Yugi's going to pick that up. That's a 9-14 scoreline. The morale, the economy of the Swedes just going to be completely crushed now as Yugi wins that out 1-on-2. Heroic 1 round away from match point, and Fnatic Academy have to force buy here to try and stop them from reaching it. They don't have enough money to buy. Yeah, I know. Well, that's what I was going to say. They might opt not to, and it looks to be that again. Just going to try and play for the overtime.
Yeah. Oh, the thing is, I have to give props to like just the individual talent. I think the biggest problem with this team is just in-game leader is always going to be difficult if you're going with youngsters, right? It's going to be very, very difficult because that comes down to mainly experience. But I don't think I'm going to get long to talk. It looks like they are going to be setting up these A smokes yet again. I feel like we've said this quite a few times. It's been very good for getting the bomb down, so may just be enough for them to do just that. I feel like the CT side have reacted. Pleasant, however, he's going to go aggressive, finds the first kill on the
flank. The flank, Tom, from Valde.
Well, this is the thing. It's too predictable now. It's too predictable. They're going to have these positions known, and well, from Palace, there's no one anywhere near that can really stop him from just shutting down. And you can see the way they're setting up. It's going to be this 4-pronged pincer coming back in. Valde will start, and then the rest of the players will begin to pounce the second he finds the kill. 2 coming in from CT, 1 just trying to hold off towards mid and just be a bane in their side. Now, unless they isolate... Actually, that's not bad. They've taken down Nico. That's something. Now they'll catch out 1 more. The individual duels this time working wonderfully. And, well, although the retake seemed positional-wise to be going very well, the Tech 9s will catch every single player.
Yeah, 10-14. But the interesting thing is now, can the Swedes maintain this momentum as we continue into this? There will be enough money on the side of the Danes to buy on down. Heroic, plenty of money in their banks mean they can finance a full buy in every meaning of the word. Everything they're going to need. Fnatic Academy do have enough money to buy up once again, but money's going to be very low, on the verge of being reset once more, which would leave them in a very bad place for the last round of the half. Would be nice to see them try B, seeing as they still don't know it exists.
They should talk to the Russians. They'll tell them to rush it.
It's Valde. He goes aggressive on top mid, and he's going to pay for it with his life. Oh, but there's the nade. Nico, once again! This man is Kobe Bryant. He's going to be able to pick up another slam dunk towards top mid. But then, speaking of slam dunks, he's going to get dunked on himself as Golden takes his head clean off. Muddy quick to try and put things back into a 3-on-3, goes aggressive towards ramp, and then does find that frag. I'd say that very quickly, I felt like. And now, bomb looking like they might try B. Oh my god, it's like when Christopher Columbus accidentally just stumbled upon America. This is it. They're making their way over towards a whole new site. They might discover it. No DLC needed, no anything like that. And oh no, it's going to get shut down. Snappy finds the first. The trade, it does come through from Plesson. Put back into a 2-on-2. Bomb's going to go down. This is Heroic's first time retaking B as well, so they don't really know the positions that Fnatic Academy are going to try and hold. Bomb's planted for Apps. Plesson looking to try and hold the site with Batten watching the Apps angle. And Yugi does find that first. It's all on Batten, who actually jumps down. Now he's on the site. He wants to try and face up against Yugi. He's going to get caught out from short as Muddy finds him, and that's match point secured for Heroic. 10-15.
Never gonna be again. They tried it once. It's like when you try new foods. Like, that, nope, don't like it. Okay, we'll go back to A again. Doesn't work out for them this time. And now, well, this is where things are a bit weird, because Jay's got enough money to buy an AWP, and then the rest of the team sort of have enough money for, like, SMGs and pistols and AK on Pleasant. Just a really weird buy in this scenario, but they did make it work just moments ago. Only 2 rounds picked up, however, over on this T side. It has been a struggle for them to even get on the board.
Yeah, Yugi already biting the dust very early on. The man advantage secured now for Fnatic Academy as the AWP does pay off in that engagement. The very costly $4,750 investment worth its weight in gold. Plesson's been tagged out extremely low already and has to fall on back. They do give up control of B, but right now mid is going to be firmly in their grasp. Karis over towards ramp, watching for any aggression. Heroic aren't going to give it to them. Instead, just holding their positions over here towards this A site. Bomb now making its way down mid as well. It's going to be another A side take. They boost up Batten this time over towards window. Golden opting to stay over towards mid. Now, Nico is watching this cross and will be more than aware of when it goes underway. So you will be able to call this to the rest of the team. It won't catch anyone off guard, but it is still 5 men pushing onto this A site with only Modi and Valdi to hold it down.
Nico, his position could be more than valuable. 40 seconds left. Valde currently in sandwich. Seems like the CT side are none the wiser. Now, if they catch out Nico, this could all change. And actually, Body's going to go down. Golden's going to get 2. Both players currently on the A side. And now you have to wonder, is this even worth going for the CT side? Bomb's going to go down. They don't have the money to play with going into the next. I think they're just going to have to save.
Yeah, another very quick, clean round from Fnatic Academy, and you can see they're trying to save. Nico's in CT. Karis wants to go peeking out. He's a little bit peckish for a frag, and one does wait just around the corner. Him and Snappy have a nice crossfire set up, though, so they should be able to deal with any encroaching Fnatic Academy players. Batten makes the smart decision by the looks of things. Wants to make his way back through mid, but instead might try forcing it through Murder Hole. Nico now running out of the site, tries to find an exit. I think he was going to try and be cheeky and go for the ninja, but will be forced on back. Bomb's going to go off, and that'll be an 11-15 scoreline. Fnatic Academy not out of this just yet, as they look to try and forge an epic comeback here on their T side. And Heroic, they're actually going to be forced buying down up behind the 2 saved rifles. Not really too surprising, considering the fact they do have enough money to drop on a couple of these players, and it would have been a double eco anyway. But still, I mean, is that going to be enough? We don't have the AWP up on Yugi that we have had almost every single round on their CT side. And Fnatic Academy this time going to be going fast and aggressive over towards B. They haven't done this yet. Let's see if the gamble pays off.
They are just going to go pushing in. There's a couple of players here in a little bit of a crossfire. They will hear them drop down, and actually a little bit of a fallback. Really sure why. Gonna go back to the site. Clearly a little bit worried about not being spotted. Jay is going to be seen, and well, the rotate's going to be quite slow. A lot of nades being thrown in. It's going to come down a lot to what Yugi can do on this site. Just going to try his best to stay alive as long as possible. He will catch the first. Looking for the AK. He's dropped his gun. What is going on here? Yugi been caught out without a gun in hand, and now it's going to be down to the remaining players. Jay doing so much work at the moment with this AWP, but Valde now back on the site. A couple of low players as well. Jay tagged to 11 HP. Karis going to go down. Valde picking up 2. It's all down to the 1 versus 1. Tech 9 versus Rifle. Valde, oh, he doesn't know where he is. It's going to be the peekaboo, and he's going to get it with the Tech 9. Just about surviving. And Heroic now. Money problems begin.
Yeah, I mean, we could potentially see overtime here. 3 rounds between these two teams now, and Heroic, they're just going to have to grit their teeth into this one. Roll with the punches and try to eco this one out, do some damage if they can, but ultimately it will be a 13th going the way of Fnatic Academy here, providing they don't lose to a collection of USPs, which I really hope they don't. And it's going to be a B stack, which, I mean, considering the fact that Fnatic Academy have gone B like twice, I'm not really sure that's going to be the best thing, but at the same time, they never really seem to push it aggressively. Pleasant is here to watch the angle. It might be a little too late. You can hear the footsteps charging his way. Finds the first, but there's a lot more Usps to deal with. They go rushing onto him. Ban's there as well. He's able to find 2. JZ rotates on round and then finishes that up. There will be a 13th for Fnatic Academy. They only lose Pleasant. Now Heroic with the bite. They have to try and make their last stand. If they don't do this, their economy is going to be reset for the last round, and we will be heading through to overtime.
Hey, Harry. Do you know the Heimlich?
Yeah. Oh, I know why. I'll tell you why. Because Heroic are choking, apparently. Let's see, though. Let's see if the choke is real. Maybe they'll dislodge this on their own. As now, Pleasant over towards B, going quite aggressive. Actually then slows things down. It's going to wait to see if Snappy wants to go aggressive on his own. And that nade finds a good bit of damage. 75 HP left on Pleasant.
Control already in for the T side. Doesn't look to be too much of a challenge at the moment from DT. Just happy to let them have it, and then they're going to try and just hold on from the sights. Too good at the moment, though. They don't have a lot of utility, so I'm quite surprised there hasn't been more aggression. But, well, just as I say that, Modi pushes into ramp, finds that first kill. There goes Akaris. Man advantage. Let's see how Fnatic do actually fighting back. You have to remember, even a lot of the rounds where they got the bomb down, there were points they had the man advantage almost every single time, and that's another kill coming in. Golden goes down. He has been a star for this team so far. Jay, however, top of the board, will be there to trade one back at least. Bomb is going to be making its way over towards this B side. Looks like this time the read has been made. Snappy is going to be up close and personal. Hasn't been the best game for him. He will get one and get traded out, but that's absolutely fine. They keep the man advantage going. Another peek's going to come in. It's all down to Jay. He's going to try and find this versus 3. He's done well with this AWP, but it's not going to be enough. And while it looks like somebody did just squeeze their stomach a little bit because they have got through this match 2-0, and that will be it. Heroic take things.
Yep, 13-16 there. Heroic, they win it out 2-0. They take Mirage, which was, of course, Fnatic Academy's map pick, as well as their own early on train. That means we don't get to see Inferno as the decider, which is always a shame, but still, congratulations. Oh, sorry, Mike. I don't know what just happened. Tom, are you still there?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, congratulations to Heroic. And of course, commiserations there to Fnatic Academy, who had a fantastic run of things there towards the end, but it's a shame they couldn't find that momentum earlier on. That will be tonight's broadcasts all said and done. But if you want, there could be more games coming around for you later on this week. I believe we've got some tomorrow as well, Tom. I don't remember if I'm doing them with you or not, although I probably should. I believe I believe tomorrow. No, it's Hugo.
It'll be sorted.
Yeah.
It's fine.
So tomorrow it's you and Hugo doing that. But a quick shout out to you guys in the chat as well for joining us before we do wrap this up. X Minor Man X or something like that. Maritas, Horty, Lanari, Picatrix, Whitey, D-Pro, Fireblind Man, couple of other legends as well. Jesus Blaze it 420. A whole bunch of nice guys in the chat. Thank you all for joining us tonight. I've been Harry. I've been with Tom. He's the usual guy who does the outro. I feel like I'm stealing it from him. But if you have enjoyed it, be sure to check us out on Twitter. I'm going to go ahead and put that in the chat. And yeah, that is it from us tonight. Tengri, they lost out. It was 2-1 in favor of Team 123, and Heroic just took it then 2-0. We'll be back again, same time tomorrow with some more games. Thank you.